I'm tempted to say he's looking as pleased as a puss, but that might make him start laughing in such a way that we won't be able to continue. Clyde McKenzie, shall we just deal with Harvard and get it out of the way, or should we start with Lionel?
Mama.
All right, let me just deal with something else. Clyde McKenzie always refers to me as Mama, and I love it dearly. So many people refer to me as Auntie Faye, but this is a special connection. So if you hear that throughout the interview, it's no disrespect. It's a term of endearment.
Most definitely. You know I love you, Faye. Well, let's start at line in.
Yes.
Or line in.
Victoria Jubilee Hospital.
Now, first of all, I must tell people that it's only you could get me to come on this, because I don't like people fast in my business.
Well, I fast.
But I'm really honored to be here. Lion, so I was born like most Jamaicans who are Kingston-based at the Lion, right? And then my parents were living at Regent Street in Denham Town. I think we started to move about very quickly. Well, my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she lived on Regent Street, Mother Mac. She was a character, I loved her dearly. She was just a force of nature. And we lived on Regent Street. The ancestral home was on Regent Street, but my parents, they lived across the road almost from my grandmother. And then we moved to Oxford Street. And from Oxford Street, then we moved to West Street. That's where I met Ruth O'Shing's mom, Miss May. At that time, I was very, very small. Maybe about 5 years old. And Miss May became my fast friend. I would go down and visit her, and she was a wonderful woman. And I didn't know Ruthie at the time very well because she was a little older. You would see her Moy and Len, they used to call.
Yeah, her sister
them.
Len,
Len,
yes.
They would call them. And it was a wonderful childhood.
Why was the movement happening so frequently?
Well, in that neck of the woods at that time, you would find that sometimes you want additional space where we were, because we were living in rental place. And so, we were moving from place to place. The fortunate thing is that my father and mother, they were always together. And so we had that measure of security all the time.
You were the first child for your father and mother.
Not really the first one, but the first surviving.
Yeah.
My sister, who predeceased me, I didn't know her, and she would have been the first. And then, I went to St. Anne's School.
Should I just sort something out? How did they end up calling St. A-N-N-E Anne's rather than St. Anne's?
I have no idea.
Something I've always wanted to know, and I figured you could tell me, but then again, you can't. So you went to St. Anne's Infant and Primary School.
I went to Infant and Primary School, and that was a wonderful experience because then, the schools there, the infant and primary schools, were run by the Franciscan sisters, and they are some serious disciplinarian, and I would get in trouble every day.
For what?
I would fight every day.
You?
Yes.
But I've known a calm Clyde McKenzie for 40-something years.
No, but I would fight every day. And so what happened was, one day my father was at a bar near the school. I think he might have gotten some kind of inkling that something was amiss. And he said he was at the bar and he heard some men talking and saying, "There's a little boy, you see? You soon see him come out here and him go and bust a fight. He fight every evening."
Did you really do that?
Yeah.
What was the purpose?
No, I think...
Were you being bullied? What?
No, because I was very small, and I think I had to learn to defend myself very, very quickly. And I think I was pretty good at it. You mean
fisticuffs or you fling stones?
No, I wouldn't fling stones and them things. But, like judo and kicking and that kind of thing. I developed that skill. It is amazing, So the funny thing, like no kid in a range of, say, 4 or 5 years of me would be able to deal with me at that time. I was like a kid who was possessed. And this is why I have so much regard for my parents, you know, and my father, and you know, his ability just to naturally understand how to deal with somebody who was
Did
definitely
he punish
problematic.
you at all?
I got punishment, but I don't think it was commensurate with the things that I did, you know, because all the things that I did then, if I were to have been punished, I don't know if I could have survived.
How did your grandparents deal with this troublesome, problematic child?
Oh, my paternal grandmother, she was something else. So she would always defend